Hey guys, it's Chris Wong, and I'd like to talk about when is the best time to start investing or start to learn to invest. And the general thought is start now. In this scenario, I will make the assumption that most of you who are watching this video don't have any debt to pay off, except for maybe a mortgage. Because mortgages is like paying off rent, but a much higher cost. So having debt can actually make it much harder to invest. So if you have any other debt other than mortgage, I would say don't even think about investing. I'll talk more about this in future videos, but let's just say your only expense or your only debt is a mortgage, or your biggest expense is a monthly rent for your housing expenses. The most important thing about investing is you have to start. You have to start now. It doesn't matter what excuses you have. It doesn't matter where you are in life right now. So I get a lot of pushback from other people. The reason why you want to start learning or start learning to start investing now is because lots of things happen. There's a lot of things to learn. There's a lot of psychological factors that take place. One thing you got to get used to is the up and down in the stock market, the ups and down in your portfolio. You also have to get used to be able to handle don't panic sell. If the stock market goes down, what do? Do you buy or you sell? You got to think logically. And that takes skill and that takes time to develop. I made recommendations to many young people to start now. And the reason why I recommended them to start now is because if you're starting at a young age of, like, say, 20 or even 25, you don't need to actually invest as much regularly compared to someone who starts at the age of 34 or 35, like I did, in order to achieve $1 million at retirement. Because the growth over, like, say, 40 or 45 years from, like, 20 years compared to the growth of 30 years from, like, say, the age of 35, there's a big difference in how much growth there is if you invest the same amount. So someone who starts at age 20 can probably get by investing $100 or $200 a month and get close to, like, a wealthier lifestyle at 65 than someone who invests, say, like, $500 at age 35. Now, I don't know the math. I'm just coming up with random numbers. Investing is actually a lot easier now these days compared to many years ago. Now there's brokerages. There's online apps. You can use your computer to do this. As long as you have access to a phone, a computer, and internet, you can actually invest in the comfort of your own home. There are a lot of new products for investing out there. There's ETFs. There's ETFs based on the S&P 500 or other big indexes that cover big companies. So if anyone's afraid to lose all their money, it won't happen, because to lose all your money in an ETF that invests in all the indexes, you have to say that all the big companies in that index will go to zero. So the companies that are on the indexes, they're like the big top companies, especially the S&P 500. Are you going to say that all big American companies fail at the same time? Or are you going to wait till you have enough money saved up, then you invest? Because you missed out on the power of compound growth from the growth in the stock price or the dividends you keep accumulating over time and then reinvest to buy more shares. For years, I would just save my money and it didn't grow as fast as I want to. So because I did that, I can't change what I did in the past, but I put most of my money I saved into investing, and I did that over time because I actually believed in investing once I understood how to invest properly, and I understood the proper investing of indexes. I also get pushback from people saying investing is hard, or they don't want to spend too much time looking at it, or trying to time the market on when to buy and when to sell. Investing is actually a lot easier than it appears to be for most people. Like, I don't recommend most people to do buy and sells all the time. Even I'm not even good at that part. Most of my growth in my investment that comes from monthly dividends and continuous contributions. I may do a buy and sell at times, but I do that because I saw an opportunity. And I don't get an opportunity all the time. And sometimes I make mistakes and I saw I lost too. So it takes time to learn all this stuff. It's not something you can learn in such a short period of time. The reason why I say investing is a lot easier than it really is because once you pick the right investments, once you open the right brokerages, you can actually buy the correct funds, have it on autopilot, have it on the DRIP program, dividend reinvestment investment program, and then you may only have to look at it once a week or once a month, just making sure it's okay. The pushback of saying, I'm too old to invest. Only going to get older over time if you keep saying that. So start now. You may have to invest a lot more. You may have to work a lot harder than someone much younger in order to get to millionaire status. And even if you don't get there, at least you tried and at least you improve your wealth. And you end up better than many people out there. Even if you don't achieve millionaire status, even if you achieve, say, a $200,000 portfolio, that's still really good. And that $200,000 portfolio with the way I invest, that's like getting about a little bit less than $2,000 a month in dividends that you can live off of. And then you just reinvest the money or live off some of it, and then you can make your portfolio big over time. I may not even achieve millionaire status, but I'm going to try anyways. And even if I make it to, say, 300,000 or 400,000, that's okay. Because at least I end up wealthier over time, and at least I can live off dividends over time with the way I invest. And the main reason why I got myself into investing, or why I got myself into becoming very frugal over time, jobs are not secure these days. And sometimes I know you have to experience it yourself many years ago or currently. I went through periods of unemployment, so I knew jobs are not safe these days. And I know we hear this a lot in the news, and people think, oh, their job is safe because they've been there for years. But things change. Management changes. Companies change. The store could close down. The office could close down. The management will restructure the jobs, and they may say your job is not needed. And then you realize you still have a mortgage to pay off, or you have some car payments and no job. So that's why it's very important to start investing now. I went through periods of not working in my early 20s, and I had a university degree. So it made no sense for me to live off a job because I knew from experience that even though I felt I was safe with a contract job when I was during my university years, that not getting a full-time job after, things can happen. Shit happens. So I look at investing as a way to protect myself. To me, it's safe in two areas. In good quality funds and your bank account. But your money in your bank account doesn't grow with inflation. And everything is getting more expensive these days, especially a lot of price increases in the last couple years. So whatever used to cost $5, like over 5 years ago, may cost like $7 or $8 right now. A lot of things happen. You might have to take a lot of money out to pay for your car expenses or get a new car. I hope you guys got a lot of great information from this and hope you consider starting to invest now. If you have any further questions, just leave a comment below. I will try to make more videos in the future, and I hope you guys will subscribe to my channel. And if you did like the video, please give it a thumbs up. And thank you guys for watching.